Hello, welcome to Fortune from Faye. This is this is an oracle card reading instead of a tarot reading this time. This one isn't for anyone specific, but I do have 4 options for you to pick from. So this is a general reading, so I do ask that you take what's for you, and maybe if there is something that isn't for you, you leave that behind. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing a card reading with the Starseed Oracle deck, as we kept getting a lot of Starseed cards coming out when I was doing the other readings across the top. We kept getting a lot of like Sirius energy, which is like a certain type of starseed, and it came out in another one as well. If you've watched the ones I did for the month of April. The way this works, it's going to be each different object is going to have its own card. So you pick an object, and that's for you. So we've got like a little broom. We've got a strawberry quartz. Let me check. Got a strawberry quartz fey star fey person. Got a bell, and we've got an opalite angel. So if you pick which objects you'd like, so just pick your objects to see what you're interested, see what you'd like there. And what I'm going to do is I will pick some cards for each one, go through the reading, and whichever object or objects you've picked is your reading. If you can see a lot of cutlery on the edge of the screen, it's because Andy has started making rings out of cutlery, and they've got some stainless steel cutlery there, but we have one ring here that he is currently working on. And now we hoard cutlery as well as other shiny things. Oh, hello. That one's jumped out for that one. We're going to get 3 cards for each reading. 2. 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. So if the cards refuse to go back into the deck, it means they want me to pick them. Or if they jump out like that, it means they want me to pick them. So, okay. Just need 2 more now. So we're going to do the first cards are just going to be general information. Well, that's a bit much. Come on. I don't need all them. Just 2 will do, not half the deck, thank you. Right, 2 more cards. Right, you are sticking out. And 1 more. Oh, hello. Sorry, whoever picked the Opalite Angel, you're getting 4 cards because apparently they want to jump out of the deck like lunatics. Okay, so we have got. Please do comment in the comment section which object you picked or objects, and if it resonated with you. Tell me where you're listening to this from, whereabouts you are, anything like that. This reading goes up on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Instagram is being a pain for some reason, so it's going up on the other platforms though. So please do let me know where you're listening to it from, and yeah, anything you want to say on there. We do try to go on and reply to any comments or messages if you send any messages through as well. Please like, share, subscribe, save, all that. It really helps us to get the everything out a little bit further. So we've got the broom first. So if you picked the broom at this reading, this is your reading. So we're going to use the last piece as a piece of advice. So this is just generally what's happening, and this card's going to be your piece of advice. So for the broom, we've got star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. You might need to look into Akashic records with this type of thing because if you're not sure what a starseed is, a starseed is actually a person who is incarnated on Earth, but they originally come from elsewhere in the galaxy. So that's why you get different types. You get like Sirius starseeds, you get Palladian starseeds, all that type of thing. And you can go on and research it. But I warn you, it's a bit of a rabbit hole. I've still not come out the other side, and I still don't know a huge amount about it. I've learned a lot, but there's so much more to it. It's very complicated, but it means that you are here with a purpose to do something. I remember Soul Plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So it's about learning to remember what you came here to do. So if you feel that there's something that you are drawn to, it might be that you are looking to do something and you think, hang on, this doesn't line up with anything that is in my family. I don't know where these skills have come from. These skills have come from your previous life forms on other planets, basically. So with star ancestors, with each of these cards, we always get a star seed soul inquiry or a star seed like affirmation to say. So let's see what it says for star ancestors. And this is all about the ancients as well. So when you can see we've got like Egyptian themes on this one. So it's maybe you are interested in maybe you're interested in Egyptian things, maybe you're interested in Roman sort of philosophy, maybe you're interested in like Latin American history, all that type of thing. Look into it, figure it out, see what you like. It's see what you feel drawn to. So, what if this ancient wisdom is available for you to uncover now? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into part of you that remembers and knows. And we've got the I Remember card there. All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. All potent powers pump through your veins. You're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness. And that could be something that you need to look at the Akashic records where you gain access to information. So you've got starseed activation with this one. So you need to place your hand on your heart and say, I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. It's all within you. You don't need to go outside of you to find that information a lot of the time. A lot of the time, that information is within you. You don't need to go looking for it outside of yourself. You've just got to connect to it. And soul plan, I remember the fated life versus the destiny life. So the fated life is the easy life. If there's two paths, you've got like you could just go and do this particular job that's easy to get to, it's easy to do, it's not, but you're not going to get the fulfillment from that job. If you're doing that, you're not going to get the joy and the pleasure from it. So whilst that's okay, it's not giving you that fulfillment. Whereas your destiny life is what your potential, what you're able to do, things that you're able to open up to do. So it is really good for you to look at those options and see if what you want to actually be doing, if there's something you want to be doing. But sometimes it does feel harder, but the payback from it is just amazing. If you're doing something you love, you're not working, you're playing. Right, let's find the under I remember. So, what are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? So, you came to as a star seed. I know this is a really crazy concept. You came to Earth, you got born, so you're reincarnated into a human on Earth. You've forgotten everything along the way, so you have to learn these things the hard way. And generally, it's not an easy thing to do. You have to learn things the hard way, and now you're having to remember what You picked your life. You picked all these things. So it's down to you what you're doing. It's not because someone else picks it all out for you. You picked these things. So it's up to you to take the responsibility to move forward. So how are you being called to do that? Got inner earth. So you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So yeah, your answer to do this is to look inside yourself. There are new solutions and new beginnings available to you. So you can do this. It's not a problem. You've just got to meditate. Look up Akashic Records meditations and just see if that helps you. Your piece of advice here is, what can you do to shift your energy or your outlook? You have to start to fall in love with your life and move forward with actually loving what you're doing and where you're going. It's about really starting to enjoy life and making it what you want it to be. And just, yeah, sometimes we have to do the boring things, but really enjoy all the little things that you get to do that maybe you feel are a privilege, that type of thing. Right, so if you picked this strawberry quartz star fairy, which is like a little alien, we've got the cosmic heart, we've got cracked open, and you're not alone. Okay, the cosmic heart. So we've got devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. So yeah, this is very sort of simple. You've got to learn how to make your life feel magical to you. And the question for this one is, how can you make your life a moving prayer? When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all in life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. I don't know if you need to, when you clean your house, feel like you're cleansing the energy of the house, burn some incense, open those windows, tell those demons to get out. Got to open the windows, else the demons can't get out, and they run around the ceiling all stuck, and they don't want to be there. So you've got to let them out. Um, that's the type of thing we're talking about here. And we've also got cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. You've been clinging on to things for dear life for so long now. You've been holding on to things that no longer serve you, that you shouldn't be having to deal with. You should be doing, you've got more important things to do. You've been clinging on to an old job, maybe to an old hobby, to an old way of life that has just literally, and the universe is telling you, no, you can't do this anymore. You've got to give this up. And finally, you've hit rock bottom and you need to surrender to life and stop trying to micromanage. Don't hold on to things so tightly, because the more you hold on to things, the longer it hurts and the harder it becomes. So you need to let go of those things and see what stays, see what goes, and see what stays. What stays is meant for you, what doesn't stay isn't meant for you. And surrender to life. See what life brings you. Stop trying to micromanage the universe to bring you what you think you want it to bring you. So, with this one, you get, how can you let life crack you open? If something's falling apart, let it fall apart and put it back together a different way, because the way it's working, you've got it, isn't working. So, your piece of advice is, you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. You've got to find your community, your people. And if you, I saw something recently and it said, the opposite of belonging is fitting in. If you have to fit in to go somewhere, you don't belong there. So you need to find your people. And what have we got with this one? We've got, how can you reach out to people in your life physically? You need to make those connections. Online is fine, making these connections. If someone asked me to do a reading in person, I really prefer that over doing this. But obviously, I can't reach many people by sitting and doing a reading for one person without recording it, which is why I have the different options here and why we're doing it by star sign, because it gives me a way of grouping you into groups of people so that, like, these people, this reading's for you. Um, but for me, actually connecting with a person and doing a reading in person for someone, even if it is online, and I have done that, I've recorded it for someone and then we sent it to them so they've got a recording of their reading, but I was on video call with them. So you can't see them. All you can see is my hands and the cards like this. So to connect with a person on a physical level, actually in a community, is amazing. It's vital. So seek that out because it will build your life back up. And the benefit is if your life has been cracked open and you're at rock bottom, you get to put back into your life what you choose to put back in, not what other people choose to put back in. Try not to micromanage it. Let things happen. Let the universe bring you. Ooh, so now if you choose the bell, this is your reading. So we've got the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Deep cellular healing, Arcturian energy, physical and emotional healing. So we've got spiritual awakening. You're being activated. Something's, it's all this information. It's like it is a bit of a shock. So it does feel sometimes feels quite physical and emotional healing. It's not an easy thing to do to physically or emotionally heal. It's painful, it's hard, so sometimes it feels quite awkward, but you have to sit with it and allow it to happen. It looks like she's got beautiful wings here, like a butterfly. She's developing these beautiful wings, these beautiful powers that she's able to take forward and use. And look at all this beautiful light in these. Look at everything growing. Let's see what it says for your questions on this one. Oh, so with this one, you have an activation to say. So you need to place your heart on your hand and say, I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. You might need to journal or put this down somewhere in writing so that you've got that information, so you can like see where how far you've come, because this feels like it's quite happening quite quickly, but there's been a build up of this over a long time a period, and it's started to integrate now, and it is causing this healing. And it can sometimes feel physically and emotionally a bit much, but just sit with it and allow it to, you notice it, but you don't have to panic about it, put it that way. So your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner and outer, has been out of alignment. If you're suffering from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you've done something wrong. Today it's difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on your healing in a practical way, to prioritize your health, to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and care you need, to put your body first, to nourish yourself as if you were a newborn baby, to treat yourself with tender care. And for this one, we again have the activation again. You've also got the Arcturians, are a galactic group of beings who've mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. You might want to have a look into that, because you could be an Arcturian starseed. So you've got to learn how to soothe your nervous system and and make your heart tranquil and like allow yourself to heal. So with this one, you basically place your hand on your heart and you say, I take back my vitality and energy and feel more and more healthy each day. My body knows how to heal. My body knows how to heal. So it knows how to heal everything. You've got to allow it to do that hard work. And sometimes it is uncomfortable, but you're awakening and healing all at once. So, karmic relations. So, we have got Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. There's a lot of water in here, so it's a lot of emotion, I feel. And there is a distance between you and someone else. You're at opposite ends. But the soul growth here is that you can accept that person as they are, and you can accept them for who they are. And if you need to, you can keep them at a distance if they're causing you conflict. They are here to teach you a lesson sometimes. Sometimes you have to learn that lesson. So your piece of advice here is to look at which relationships do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? How are you being called to grow, called to allow growth through conflict? If there is any conflict, allow that conflict to allow you to grow and move forward. The other person might not be able to do that from their perspective. So it's important that you do that for you, because the other person may not be able to do that for themselves. So you need to do that for you. Right, so we got the last one here. If you picked the Opalite Angel, you got 4 cards because the deck kept throwing itself at me. Oh, we got Lifting the Veil, the Courageous Peony, All Paths Lead Home, and Fall Into My Arms. This card is beautiful. I'll explain that one in a minute. So first off, you've got Lifting the Veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So anything that no longer lines up with your beliefs, your lifestyle, how you feel about the universe, life, everything, it's gonna have to go. And sometimes it doesn't have to go completely. Sometimes that is a boundary of, I can't do that for you anymore. You're gonna have to find someone else. I'm not doing this anymore. It's about putting yourself first. And we've got for this one, let's see what we've got for this one. What isn't congruent in your life? How are you being called to bring it back into harmony? So yeah, how can you bring your life back into harmony? The Courageous Peony, you are a you have a lot going on in you. You're a unique person. You're a very unique person. And you need to show yourself to the world as that unique person. And that's fine. It's perfectly acceptable. And how are you being called to allow yourself to be more visible and seen in the world? Flowers don't open and close according to who walks by. They embrace all of what they are and show it to the world around them. The peony doesn't try to compete with the cherry blossom, and the cherry blossom doesn't try and compete with the tulip. Don't compete with other people. You are you, and you are perfect as you, and you need to be in the world as you. So yeah, that's what you need to be doing, and being honestly and truly yourself. And it's a very freeing thing to do, because a lot of people have an opinion on who you should be and what you should be doing, and they're not allowing you to just do you. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Yes, so it is coming back to looking at your life and looking at your intuition, being yourself, and like what no longer resonates with you. What do you find, I can't do this anymore? And in this was, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? Maybe you need to do some counselling. Maybe you need to do some journaling or some shadow work. You can get shadow journals, or you probably get the prompts on the internet where you learn about who you are, and you learn about your shadow side as well as your light side. So you learn about the bits that you might not like about yourself as well as the bits that you like about yourself. So you learn about all of it, and it allows you to then not be offended when someone says you're a pain, you're really detail orientated, it's really annoying me, you're picking things apart. You go, Yes, I am. And for me, that works. And that's perfectly acceptable. And this is your piece of advice. So you got fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. You need to stop micromanaging the universe. The universe is going to take you in the right direction. But if you fight it, it's going to take longer. So you've got to celebrate the highs and the lows of life. So you've got to celebrate it, not celebrate the lows, but accept there are days when things aren't going to be perfect and you're not particularly happy with how that day's gone, or you're not happy with how something else has gone. And that's okay too. You need to accept that and deal with the fact that, yeah, life's not perfect, but let's do the best with what we've got, and let's make what we've got good and enjoy it. So I suffer with chronic headaches. If I have a really bad day and I don't feel that great, then I'll just sometimes be like, it's okay. I can sit and watch a nice film, or I can just relax, or find something to do that it's okay. I can deal with it. I'll get back to the other stuff tomorrow. And this one, you get a starseed activation. This is, I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. So give up the actual struggle against how things are going, and then it'll help you to move forwards and deal with all these things that you've got going on. Well, thank you to listening to that. Please do let me know what object you picked, how it went, what you think. This reading, whenever it finds you, it's not got a time frame on it. This is not like a particular month. This is just, if this reading finds you and you decide to listen to it, it's for whenever you listen to it. So there is no sort of time frame on this one. But yes, I will be back with more readings for next month at the end of this month, and I'll try and fit in another couple of random ones like this again as well. If that's the sort of thing you like, let me know. Let me know what you want more of. Be interesting to find out. So I hope you have a magical day when you're listening to this, and yeah, let me know what you think.